If y'all were watching the last live stream I did of 2019, you would know that one of the callers that called in spoke about the Jax character in his ending in Mortal Kombat 11 and how quote unquote controversial it was when people got so pissed off about how his ending to his story was. Of course, many of us were excited to see that particular ending, and we're kind of shocked that the creators had the nerve to actually construct that kind of an ending for his character, considering Jax is like one of maybe two black characters, if I'm not mistaken, maybe another one maybe in the mix somewhere for that particular game. And then this bit of news ends up coming out. So in this picture, you see the video game character Jax on the right, and on the left is actor Mehcad Brooks. You may remember him. He was on the show that came on USA. I forgot the name of the show. He was a football player, and he was seeing a therapist or something like that. But of course, many more people came to know him as playing Jimmy Olsen on Supergirl, and I'm going to touch on that in a little bit. But he has just been cast as Jax, or you can say Jackson Jax Briggs, for the 2021 Mortal Kombat reboot. Now, Mortal Kombat as a kid, now that's a huge part of my childhood, both the game and the movie. Now, depending on who you talk to, some people did not like the first movie. I happen to like the first movie. Now, I think we can all form up like Voltron and agree that the second movie, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, was some trash, and it was. One of the most memorable things about that Mortal Kombat was definitely the theme song. That is one of the most iconic movie theme songs ever. Like, it's right up there with Halloween's theme song. I'm not going to say it's better, but it's definitely iconic, and it stands on its own because when you hear it, and you hear that person in the background yelling out Mortal Kombat, and then the music kicks in, like, it's just like, you just know it's about to get crazy. Like, and I hope that when they do this reboot, that they use this song, or maybe if they want to remix the song a little bit, but not to the point where you don't recognize it, and they put it in there because that song is iconic. But yes, he has been cast as Jax, and it's a shame that I don't think he has done many movies or big budget movies, at least not to my recollection. So I'm not sure if this is like his major, I guess his big screen debut. He probably has, I can't remember, but for the most part, I've always seen him be regulated to television. I think he also was on that show True Blood that was on HBO. And I think his character had got killed off or something like that. So he really hasn't had a lot of stuff outside of television. So it's good to see that he's stepping out of that area in the arena to play in this particular role. So far, based on what I have seen, I think only 4 people have been cast so far for this reboot. His character, of course, is playing Jax. The person who is playing, I want to say Raiden, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was cast last year. I just found out that they casted their first female who's playing Melina. I saw her picture, and when I looked at it, she kind of looks like, when I saw her picture, I almost thought it was Zoe Kravitz, but it wasn't her. And she almost kind of looks like that actress Carmen Ejoko, but it wasn't her either. But she looks kind of, I guess you can say, she would be classified as a melanated actress, light-skinned woman. And I believe the other person who has been cast so far is whoever's playing Liu Kang. So only 4 people have been cast so far. As you know, Mortal Kombat has a very lengthy character set. Like, it's a lot of characters that have to be cast. I don't know how many characters they're going to use because there's so many. They don't have to throw them all into one movie, because if they want to keep this thing going, then they can use some for one movie and then bring some new ones into the next one and keep going on, so on and so forth. But this is going to be very interesting to see because, like I said, I'm a huge fan of Mortal Kombat. I have not played the Mortal Kombat 11 game. I have watched the gameplay online on YouTube and people playing it, and it is probably one of the best games that came out last year. Like, I didn't really hear not one bad thing about that game. So it's going to be very interesting to see what this is going to do, how everything's going to come together. I'm sure it's definitely going to bring out a lot of nostalgia. And what I like about Mortal Kombat is that it has staying power. You're talking about a game that has been out or a platform known as Mortal Kombat that has been out since the early 90s, and to still be talked about in 2020 and still have some relevancy is amazing. You're talking about a game that's been around for almost 30 years, 28 going on 28 years. A brand that has been around that long. And I remember at one time they said that they were going to stop making Mortal Kombat stuff, and then all of a sudden it came right back up because of popular demand. The people demanded more Mortal Kombat, and the more they demand, the more they deliver, because they didn't slack up. They just got better. That's one thing. It had some bumps in the road here and there, but it had more wins than losses. Let's put it that way. A huge L, of course, was Annihilation. That was a huge loss for them. But gaming, as far as gaming goes, I want to say they maybe lost maybe once or twice, which is very good considering how many games Mortal Kombat has come out with over the years. I mean, you had it on the Sega Genesis, and then you had the arcade game. I remember the arcade one. You knew it was the arcade one because it was specially designed and everything like that. And it's crazy. Arcade seems like such a relic right now because you don't see those anymore unless you go to like a Dave and Buster's or a Jillian's. But that's pretty much all I have to say as it pertains to this. I can't wait to see how all of this will come together. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Do you think he is a good casting choice for the character of Jax? And I think it'll be also interesting if they throw his daughter in there, whose name is Jackie. So we'll see if they'll put her character in there. She is what you would consider one of the newer characters because she wasn't out when his character first got developed way back in the 90s. She kind of came later on, but we'll see what happens. And I'll talk to you in the next one.